Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the topic Introduction to Epidemiological Indices. Indices are most commonly which are used in public health industry that we will discuss. So first of all, see the definition of index. Index is a numerical value describing the relative status of a population on a graduated scale with definite upper and lower limits, which is designed to permit and facilitate comparison with other populations classified by the same criteria and method. This is the definition of an index, which is given by Russell A.L. So what are the objectives of any index? Measurement of disease incidence and prevalence, to identify populations at high risk and low risk, to define the methods of prevention and control. So what are the ideal requisites of an index? Clarity, simplicity, objectivity, validity, reliability, quantifiability, sensitivity, and acceptability. The index should be clear. Clarity, that means the criteria which are given in the index for diagnosis of any condition. The criteria should be clear, and there should be clarity between the criteria, the different criteria like criteria 1, criteria 2, etc. It should be simple to record. It should have the objectivity, and it should be validity. That means it should be accepted by it should be validated by the fraternity which is using this index, and it should be reliable. It should be quantifiable. That means it should give certain values for comparison with the other populations or other individuals. It should be sensitive also. So these are the ideal requisites of an index. Now indices are broadly classified according to the 4 criteria based on direction in which their score fluctuates, based on the extent to which the areas of oral cavity are scored, based on condition of the diseases measured, and based on the entity which is measured. So based on the direction in which the score fluctuates, the indices are of 2 types: reversible index and irreversible index. The index in which the score reverts back to its normal value after the removal of cause or the treatment is the reversible index. The example of reversible index is oral hygiene index simplified. Irreversible index is an index in which the value does not reverse back to its normal value even after the removal of cause or after the treatment. So these are the 2 types. Then based on the extent to which the areas of the oral cavity are scored, they are of 2 types: full mouth index and simplified index. Full mouth index is an index in which all the teeth present in oral cavity are examined, and simplified one in which only the selected teeth are examined, and those selected teeth are called as index teeth. Based on the condition of the disease measured, the simple index and cumulative index. Simple means only the present conditions of the disease are recorded, and cumulative index is an index in which the present and past conditions of the diseases are recorded, like DMFT index. Then based on the entity which is measured, like the disease index, symptom index, and treatment. So this is the broad classification of an index. Now indices can also be categorized accordingly for which purpose they are used, like plaque index, gingival index. Plaque index and index in which the plaque is measured, gingival index. Then oral hygiene indices are there for assessment of the oral hygiene status of the patient. Then periodontal index, in which the periodontal diseases are recorded, like periodontal disease index, Russell's periodontal index, community periodontal index, and community periodontal index for treatment needs. So these are the periodontal indices. Then caries index, indices which are used for the assessment of caries status of the patients. They are DMFT DMFS index, DEFT DFS for deciduosity, root caries index, stones index, caries severity index, Czechoslovakian caries index, caries susceptibility index, DMF surface percentage index, and molars index. So these are the different indices which are used for the assessment of caries. Then dental fluorosis indices are there, like Dean's fluorosis index and community fluorosis index. So these are the types of indices which are most commonly used. Now we will see in short what is plaque index. So this plaque index was given by Silnes and Lowe in 1964 and it was modified in 1967. So it can be used as a full mouth index or a simplified index. When full mouth index is used, the mouth is divided into the 6 segments and the teeth are examined from these segments. When simplified index is when the simplified form of index is to be recorded, then you have to examine only the index teeth. Instruments required are mouth mirror and explorer. Teeth examined are 16, 12, 24, 36, 32 and 44. Now the method of scoring is done like you have to divide the facial surface into 3 parts and 1 complete palatal or lingual surface. Now the facial surface is divided into 3 parts vertically in the mesiofacial, midfacial and distofacial surface. Then scoring is done. The scoring criteria is 0 means no plaque, that means no visible plaque present on the tooth surface, no plaque detected by the probe or explorer. Score 1 is no visible plaque, but plaque is detected with the explorer tip or plaque visible on application of disclosing solution, but nowadays disclosing solution is not used in this index. Score 2 is visible plaque, that means directly visible, and there is moderate accumulation of plaque, and 3 is the score 3 is abundance of plaque. Now calculations are done like first you have to give the scores for the 4 surfaces of each index tooth like midfacial, mesofacial, distofacial and palatal, and you have to calculate the plaque index for that individual tooth. And for calculating the plaque index for that patient, you add all the plaque index scores of individual tooth to get the plaque index score. Now, the interpretation as per the score calculated is done for the assessment of oral hygiene status of a patient, like excellent when there is the score 0, good when score is from 0.1 to 0.9, fair when the score is in between the 1 and 1.9, and poor oral hygiene status is said when the score is in between the 2 and 3. So, this is about the plaque index. Now, similarly, the gingival index is there, which was given by Loech and Silnes J in 1963 for assessing the severity of gingivitis. Instruments required are mouth mirror and periodontal probe. Teeth examined are same as in the plaque index like 16, 12, 24, 36, 32 and 44. The method of scoring for that also you have to divide the tooth surface into 4 parts. The 3 parts of the facial surface like midfacial, mesofacial, distofacial and 1 complete lingual surface. Scoring criteria for this index is 0 means absence of inflammation, normal appearing gingiva. Score 1 is mild inflammation, slight change in color, slight edema, but no bleeding on probing present. Score 2, moderate inflammation, moderate redness, edema, swelling and bleeding on probing present. And score 3 is given when there is severe inflammation of gingiva and tendency towards the spontaneous bleeding. Now calculations again are same. The scores are given for all the 4 surfaces of each index teeth to calculate the plaque index of that individual tooth. Then add all the scores of 6 index teeth to get the plaque index score. An interpretation is done to assess the gingival status of the patient like mild, moderate and severe gingivitis when the score ranges are from 0 to 0.1 to 1. In moderate gingivitis 1 to 2 and severe gingivitis when score is in between the 2.1 and 3. Then another index is oral hygiene index, which was given by Green and Vermillion in 1960. It is used to assess the oral hygiene status of the patient. It has 2 components, Debris index and calculus index. Mouth is divided into 6 segments. 2 maximum scores from each segment is calculated. So you have to divide the mouth into 6 segments like anterior from canine to canine and posterior segments from premolar to second molar. Third molars are not included. Fully erupted teeth is to be recorded and the scores for debris and calculus should be tabulated separately and the indices for each calculated independently in the same manner. Now for scoring, the tooth surface is to be divided into cervical 1/3, middle 1/3 and incisal 1/3. Then The index scores for scoring criteria for debris index is 0, no debris or stains. Score 1 is soft debris covering not more than 1/3 of the tooth surface or presence of extrinsic stains. Score 2, soft debris covering more than 1/3 but less than 2/3 of the tooth surface. And score 3 is soft debris covering more than 2/3 of the tooth surface. Then for calculus index, scores are 0, no calculus present over the tooth surface. Score 1 is supragingival calculus covering not more than 1/3 of the tooth surface. Score 2 is supragingival calculus covering more than 1/3 but less than 2/3 of the exposed tooth surface, or presence of individual flecks of subgingival calculus around the cervical portion of the tooth, or both. Score 3 is supragingival calculus covering more than 2/3 of the tooth surface, or a continuous heavy band of subgingival calculus around the cervical portion of the tooth, or both. So this is the criteria for debris and calculus. You have to record the scores for debris and calculus index separately. For calculating this index, you have to take the two scores from each segment, one maximum palatal score and one maximum labial score. Then debris index is calculated by sum of 12 scores divided by number of segments, that is 6. Similarly, same calculation you have to do for the calculus index, and then by adding these two, you will get the oral hygiene index for that patient. That range is from 0 to 12. And the oral hygiene status is assessed like lower the score, better is the oral hygiene, and higher the score, poor is the oral hygiene. The same index, which is simplified form, which was simplified, and only the 6 surfaces of these 6 index teeth are recorded in oral hygiene index simplified. The 6 index teeth are 161126, 3631, and 46. Scoring criteria remains same as in oral hygiene index. The calculations are done separately for debris and calculus. Only one surface of each index teeth is to be recorded. 16, 26, 36, and 46. These are the molar teeth, and 11 and 31 are the incisors. For maxillary molars, buccal surface is recorded. For mandibular molars, lingual surfaces are recorded, and for anterior teeth, the labial surfaces are recorded. Then for calculus index and debris index are calculated separately, and both the scores are added to assess the oral hygiene status of the patient. Interpretation is done like good oral hygiene when scores from 0 to 1.2, fair oral hygiene when scores are from 1.3 to 3, poor oral hygiene when scores are from 3.1 to 6. Then caries index, like most commonly used caries index is DMFT and DMFS index, which was given. This index was given by Klein, Palmer, and Knudsen in 1938. The teeth examined are all permanent teeth are examined. Previously, 28 teeth were examined, third molars were excluded, but as per the modification, WHO modification, given in 1986, molars are also included. The teeth excluded are deciduous teeth, unerupted teeth, supernumerary teeth, congenitally missing teeth. Instruments used are mouth mirror and explorer. The scoring criteria for decade is decade or carious, clinically visible cavitated or non-cavitated carious lesion. Only carious cavities are considered as decade. The initial lesions like chalky white spots or stained fissures are not considered as decade. Explorer teeth catch in the demineralized tooth structure, or tooth with temporary restoration, which considered as a decade, and tooth with permanent restoration having recurrent caries is also considered into the category of decade teeth. Missing criteria means the missing permanent teeth due to decay, badly carious teeth indicated for extraction will also be considered as the missing category. Teeth not considered as missing are tooth extracted for orthodontic reason, unerupted permanent teeth, and tooth lost in accident. They are not included in missing category. Filled teeth, the tooth with permanent restoration only, without recurrent caries, will be considered as a filled tooth. For these criteria, WHO modifications were given in 1986 for this DMFT DMFS index. Third molars are included. Temporary restorations are considered as decayed. Only carious cavities are considered as decayed, and initial lesions like chalky spots or stained fissures are not considered as decayed. So this is about the different types of indices used for the DMF for the assessment of caries. So this was about the introduction to various epidemiological indices which are used